Renault is not new to producing popular electric cars. The Zoe has sold nearly 40,000 units and is a favourite amongst owners. But Renault aren't about to sit back and rely on the Zoe alone. They're getting ready to launch a new generation of electric vehicles, starting with this, the Renault Megane E-Tech Electric. While the Megane name has always been denoted with a combustion engine rival for the Ford Focus, Vauxhall Astra and Volkswagen Golf for more than 20 years, this latest generation is solely powered by batteries. Hello, I'm Tish and you're watching the John Banks Review channel. Here are all the main facts and figures that you need to know about the all-new Renault Megane E-Tech. And keep watching if you'd like to see the full review. Plus, if you want to see more reviews like this, then make sure you subscribed to see more future reviews on the John Banks channel. It's fitted with a 60 kilowatt hour battery, which can travel for up to 280 miles on a full charge during a combined cycle and up to 186 miles on a motorway. There's a 160 kilowatt motor equivalent to 220 horsepower and will sprint from 0 to 62 in 7.5 seconds. It can charge at maximum speeds of up to 130 kilowatts and can gain as much as 150 miles in just 25 minutes. It has a 5-star NCAP rating and prices start from £36,995. Renault is keeping the specifications of the Megane lineup simple, with a single powertrain and 3 different trim levels. Beyond the colour, there's no optional extras to add to any of them. The range kicks off with the Equilibre, which gets a 12.3-inch driver display, rear parking sensors and camera, a heated steering wheel, adaptive cruise control, traffic sign recognition and USB-C ports. However, it does miss out on the Google-based infotainment system, which is standard on the mid-range Techno model. This trim also adds front parking sensors, wireless phone charging, blind spot warning and active lane centering. The launch edition is the current range topper and it's the one that I'm driving today. It gets the 20-inch alloy wheels and gold front bumper inserts. Inside there's a digital rear view mirror, a 9-speaker Harman Kardon audio sound system and surround view parking camera. At £40,995, it's much less than the top-spec Cupra Born. With squat, yet surprisingly tall proportions, it's tricky to judge the size of the Megane E-Tech from photos alone. It might have slight SUV proportions, but it's roughly a similar size to rivals such as the ID3, MG4 and Nissan Leaf. It's more of a chunky hatchback. The larger Renault Austral and the Scenic will be arriving soon, so make sure you keep your eye on the channel to see those reviews when they arrive. The design is extremely striking. It was first revealed in 2020 as a concept, and concept cars sometimes really differ from the production models. However, this one has stayed very, very similar. You've got the brand's new sleek and stylish badge front centre. And actually, opposed to the Zoe, which got its charging in the front, it's now moved round to the side. Now, the reason for this is because if the car is in any front-end bumps, you're not going to damage the charging port, which I think is great news. You get the brand's C signature LED daytime running lights, but then you get this extra part which just frames the grille. And you also get some very slim headlights. I also love the way that you've got these little lines that frame all the lights, but also they're displayed on the wheels as well. It's just a very cohesive, modern and attractive design. When designers first began work on the Megane E-Tech, there was actually a regular version and a performance-orientated model. However, when it went into production, they chose to actually just build the sportier version. The Renault Megane E-Tech has a 215 brake horsepower electric motor driving its front wheels, so it's fairly nippy. It can achieve 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.5 seconds, and actually in some tests it's been fractionally quicker than the equivalent Cupra Born or MG4. The regenerative braking system, which tops up the battery in an electric car by recovering energy as you brake, is actually situated behind the steering wheel, and it has 4 different strengths. You can switch between them using the small paddles on the steering wheel, and in the most extreme setting, it greatly reduces the need to actually use the brake pedal at all, especially around town. All UK models feature a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system. It's tilted slightly towards the driver, making it easy to see and reach. And it's more intuitive to operate than the touchscreens in the Cupra Born and the MG4. There's plenty of standard tech included too, with all trim levels having Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, whilst Techno trims adds Google services, plus a higher speaker count, 4 versus 6. One of the many areas that Renault is most proud of is the Android automotive-based infotainment system. It claims that the screen's sharpness is class leading and that the system is as responsive as the use of your smartphone. It's a fair claim. Touch response and loading times are excellent, while OK Google voice commands can be used not only for route guidance. Get me directions to Ipswich Renault.
John Banks Renault Ipswich is 29 minutes from your location by car in light traffic.
But also to adjust the drive modes and ambient lighting. Turn on my heated seats.
Got it. Turning on the seat heater for the driver.
This is one of the very best in-car systems on the market, and Renault say that there's more to come too, with future over-the-air updates which will bring further improvements and additional functionality. Despite its hatchback appearance, it still gets a really good amount of boot space. Inside here you'll find 440 litres, and there's some underfloor storage to pop away your charging cables. One of the big things that Renault has above some of its rivals is they've actually patented an extremely thin battery, and that means that it doesn't impede into the cabin. In the back I've got loads of headroom and I've got plenty of legroom as well. Plus you've got a nice flat bench and a comfortable seat, so you could easily sit 3 people back here if they were slightly smaller. There's also no transmission tunnel thanks to this being a fully electric vehicle from the ground up. And in the back here I've got a further 2 USB-C charge ports. The Megane is also really impressive on the road. Refinement is its strongest point, with wind and road noise plus suspension knocks well isolated in the cabin. The Megane's driving dynamics are above average for its class, with crisp steering thanks to its curb weight that actually undercuts most of its rivals, and it's pleasantly nimble. Renault's clear focus on quality with the Megane E-Tech extends as far as its noise and vibration level. It's a very serene car to travel in, with much less wind and road noise than the budget alternatives like the MG4 and even the Volkswagen ID.3. Of course, with the lack of petrol or diesel engine, you'd expect any EV to feel very refined, but the Megane E-Tech goes a step further. You could actually hear a pin drop in this cabin. It does a genuinely excellent job of isolating you from the outside world. You'll also have no trouble getting comfortable. The seats and steering wheel have a good level of adjustment, and adjustable lumbar support is included as standard on the higher trim versions. If you're buying an electric car, it's possibly also important to you that it's sustainable, and Renault are making really big movements to make sure their cars use as much recycled material as possible. Every Renault Megane E-Tech gets 28 kilograms of recycled materials, including the dashboards, centre console, the carpets and these headrests. And this is to move towards their carbon footprint goal for 2030, where all of their vehicles will receive up to 33% recycled materials. The Renault Megane E-Tech is an exciting start to the ever-expanding range of excellent electric cars which are due to be released for Renault. Its stylish looks, superb cabin and impressive range means that it's sure to be popular with its buyers looking to trade in their traditional family car for an all-electric vehicle. If you did need any more information, then John Banks are here to help. You can either pop into our Cambridge or new Ipswich dealership and check out the Renault Megane for yourselves. Plus, if you're into the latest releases from Renault, Dacia, Alpine, Suzuki, Honda, Hyundai and a touch of Honda bikes, then you're in the right place. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and keep an eye out for what's to come. I've been Tish from Auto Social UK and thank you for watching.